What's good, everybody? We are back with some sneaker news, and this one is crazy. This one is honestly, it's not crazy. It's not crazy at all if you really look at where we are in the state of sneakers. So it says Dick's Sporting Goods acquires Foot Locker for $2.4 billion, and if you didn't know, that also includes Champs, Kids Foot Locker, Foot Action. All of them are out of business, but again, everything that Foot Locker owned. It falls under the accusation too. So Dick's, they bought everything. But why I say that this isn't so crazy is because once these stores, once they cave in to purchases, they're like, hey, I would rather have this money because we don't see a foreseeable future. We don't see a good foreseeable future for us. So we rather just go ahead and cash it in and go from there. But I think a lot of people think that there's going to be like major changes, but over the last couple of years, there's been a lot of stores that have been getting bought out. For example, JD bought Shoe Palace, and literally the Shoe Palaces haven't changed whatsoever. It may due to maybe like some inner things, but to the outside public, you would literally never know. I have a homegirl who's like the main manager at her Shoe Palace. She goes to all the corporate events, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, dang, when are y'all getting bought out by JD? She was like, bro, that been happened. Like, it's just nothing, you know what I'm saying? And so there's been a bunch of others. I forgot who bought who, et cetera. But let's get into the details because I am curious to see if they talk about any changes that they are going to do. I do know that they said that the main reason that they did this was because Foot Locker was struggling to sell a lot of items at a retail standpoint, which is true. Most of Foot Lockers are in a mall, and a lot of people are steering away from malls versus Dick's. They have a bigger variety when it comes to Dick's Sporting Goods. So you can go, for equipment, you can go for all types of different shoes, way more apparel, a lot of sporting stuff. So there are a lot more reasons for you to go to a Dick's Sporting Goods versus a Foot Locker, which 9 times out of 10, you would specifically have to go to a mall. And a lot of people just aren't mall shopping anymore. So let's go ahead and get into the article. Ever since COVID-19, retailers across the footwear industry have had struggles, as evidenced by multiple longtime players, including Eastbay, YCMC, and others shutting down. Rest in peace to them. For the big box player and Foot Action, 602, that was been gone, but Ladies Foot Locker, et cetera, et cetera. So pour out one for them, man. For the big box players, the landscape is about to shift, as according to the Wall Street Journal, Dick's Sporting Goods is reportedly close to final, and they've already completed this by the time that I'm making this video, finalizing a major retail acquisition, a deal to acquire Foot Locker for approximately $2.4 billion with the B dollars. The deal under discussion values Foot Locker at $24 per share, an eye-popping 90% premium over the stock recent closing price of $12.87. Now, this is that part is a little bit interesting, having a 90% premium, because when you do something like that, it usually means like you just want to lock in the deal, right? But at the same time, let's say so they are valued at $12.87. More than likely, you are gonna give them a little bit more than what they are valued at, just so it makes sense on their end, so they have some type of incentive. But a 90% premium is just like, hey, we got the extra bread. We know that y'all aren't going to counteroffer this, so just go ahead and take this offer. I thought that was pretty interesting because I am really curious to know if Foot Locker would have really did some major negotiation. I think Dick's could have probably got this for a smaller amount. Foot Locker shares have taken a significant hit in 2025, dropping roughly 40% amid weaker than expected sales guidance, mounting pressure from shifting Nike distribution strategies and recent discussions around tariffs. So again, even before the tariffs, Nike a couple of years ago, they were like, hey, we're trying to capitalize on as much money as possible, and we feel like that we are a big enough brand that we can cut out all the middlemen. So they told Foot Locker, hey, we're gonna cut out a percentage of our stock go into your stores because we really don't need you. We can just sell out the same amount of units at our flagship stores, on sneakers, on our Nike website, and we don't really need you guys. So that was a huge problem. Foot Locker did take a hit to that. And then obviously the tariffs, that means that Nike is taking a hit, which they are ultimately selling to Foot Locker, so they are ultimately taking a hit. While the broader retail sector has had to navigate disruptions, especially in the sneaker and athletic wear markets, Dick's has managed to maintain its footing. The Pittsburgh-based company is the largest sporting goods retailer in the U.S. and operates a growing portfolio that includes Golf Galaxy and House of Sport locations. Acquiring Foot Locker would significantly bolster Dick's presence in the sneaker and streetwear space and potentially expand its global footprint. So like I said, Dick's is like in that what's the word? What do they use? Like a sporting good retailer. They are like basically the number one. Like I don't, because their other competition would be like Academy. Like, yeah, that's not even really comp. Shields, which isn't everywhere. So Dick's is literally like the powerhouse when it comes to that. And again, they offer so much. So when people are like, there are so many reasons for people to go to Dick's, and they are just more inclined to buy at Dick's because it just offers more. So let's read this. Core benefits of this acquisition: create a global platform within the growing sports retail industry, serve a broader set of consumers across differentiated concepts, strengthen relationships with brand partners through global reach, invest in growth through an industry-leading omni-channel experience, and unlock operational efficiencies that create shareholder value. So what that sounds like to me is that obviously Foot Lockers are also all around the world, probably more than Dick's, I would assume. I'm pretty sure there's more Foot Lockers than Dick's. So now I don't know if they will necessarily turn all of the Foot Lockers into Dick's. Like I said, just because a company is getting bought out doesn't mean that the store has to turn into the store that's buying them out. But, you know, maybe some policies and things like that are going to be changed inside these Foot Lockers, or, you know, maybe the whole theme of it is going to be changed. So when you do go into these newly, you know, revamped Foot Lockers, it might be a whole new feel, a whole new experience, because they are now owned by Dick's. And maybe they are, from what it says, they are trying to serve a broader set of consumers. So, you know, they might allocate some of these Foot Lockers specifically to basketball, some of these specifically to football, you know, or, you know, specifically to sports, and this is specifically for sneakers, et cetera, et cetera. So just don't be surprised over the course of years that when you go into Foot Locker, it's a different vibe. Following these early reports, Dick's Sporting Goods officially announced the deal. We have long admired the cultural significance and brand equity that Foot Locker and its dedicated strippers have built within the communities they serve, said Ed Stack, executive chairman of Dick's. We believe there is meaningful opportunity for growth ahead. By applying our operational expertise to this iconic business, we see a clear path to further unlocking growth and enhancing Foot Locker's position in the industry. So from that sentence alone, that does sound like the Foot Lockers are here to stay in their own mind. Like, it is still going to be Foot Locker on the store. However, their operation is taken over, and it's like, hey, we're going to be doing this now. And because we're doing this, we do expect better results than what you guys were doing prior. And honestly, I think I'm cool with it. Foot Lockers have definitely died down. I think really after COVID, once they like changed the whole system, they changed the FLX system, they changed all the first come first serve. They took away a lot of the benefits when it came to the FLX system, like the gift cards, the points, and it's just like, bro, you guys are ruining a lot of people's experiences, and it just didn't look good on their end. I'm not gonna lie. And then what made it worse was they tried to spin the block and bring everything back, and it's like, bro, literally no one is buying sneakers right now. So it's just a little too late, bro. And that's what I don't like about these companies when it comes to like Foot Locker, when it comes to Nike. Why does it have to be to the point where we completely shut y'all out that y'all finally listen to us, bro? Like that doesn't make sense, bro. That is greed at its finest. Mary Dillon, the current CEO of Foot Locker, stated today's announcement marks the start of an exciting new chapter for Foot Locker, and this is a testament to our team's hard work and dedication to our mission. By joining forces with Dick's, Foot Lockers will be even better positioned to expand sneaker culture, elevate the omni-channel experience for our customers and brand partners, and enhance our position in the industry. So they're basically just trying to make it just one big thing. They're just trying to make it all just everything just under one platform. And then they said to expand sneaker culture. Again, I do think that Foot Locker over the years have just kind of watered down. I do think that there need to be better types of things. Like, for example, Dick's, they're still doing wristbands. You feel me? And I think that's like a key part to sneaker culture. Like a simple wristband release, a simple first come, first serve release. And it's like, Foot Locker, why? Like, I understood why you guys took it away. You guys took it away because of COVID, sure. But it's 5 years later and we still don't have first come, first serve releases. And the only reason I wouldn't even call it first come, first serve releases because I'm not counting it just because the shoe sits. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, no, there are going to be 50 people lined up, before opening that's looking for the shoe versus, hey, you guys got this? Y'all didn't sell out, right? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, and it's 2 p.m., by the way. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I mean. With this acquisition, Dick's Sporting Goods now owns Foot Locker, Champ Sports, WSS, and Atmos. yeah. And WSS just sucks, bro. Like, oh my gosh. Leading to yet more consolidation in the retail space. JD Sports, another large player in the space, owns Finish Line, DTLR, Shoe Palace. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, they own all of them, but you probably haven't noticed any changes to any of those stores. And a wide variety of global boutiques and retailers. As for Dick's Sporting Goods and Foot Locker combined, they have 3,266 retail locations worldwide, putting them behind JD Sports as the second largest sneaker retailer, which operates over 4,500 retail locations. So, like I said, it's not like you're just going to be seeing Dick's Sporting Goods replaced like in all where you would normally see a Foot Locker. You're still going to be seeing Foot Lockers, but we can, from their words, we can expect some type of, system changing to where, hopefully it is for the better. Now, again, Dick's Sporting Goods, when it comes to sneaker culture, like, no one really looks at Dick's for that, but they have the potential for it. And like they said, they have been growing. Like, they have been on a upward trend versus Foot Locker has been on a downward trend. So regardless if they are, a major player when it comes to sneaker culture, they're doing something good. So it makes sense for them to do it. And I'm okay with this. Like I said, it's not going to be anything crazy. We probably won't even notice it, similar how we didn't notice, when JD bought the Finish Lines, the Shoe Palaces, etc. But, it is a sign of a recession. It does show that a lot of these stores are really cool. They don't see a good foreseeable future. And we can just kind of plant that into the sneaker game. Like, sneakers are kind of dying right now, and it's not too good. And big buys like this is a huge indicator of that. But you guys can let me know your opinion in the comment section below. How do you like this move? What do you expect from this? And yeah, so with that being said, peace.